You are listening to rudolfsteineraudio.com. If you are listening to the podcast of this, it is located at rudolfsteiner.podbean.com. Please consider becoming a patron. As well, there are two publishing houses, steinerbooks.org in America and rudolfsteinerpress.com in England, which are the sole publishers of Steiner into English and have given me permission to do these recordings. Please consider patronizing them as well. This is a reading of Collected Works, Volume 88 by Rudolf Steiner, entitled Concerning the Astral World and Devachan, translated by James Hines. This is Lecture 16.2, entitled Secrets and Secrecy, given in Berlin on September 1st, 1903. Today I would like to give some indications concerning the processes that can be observed in the spiritual world. The Theosophical movement is a necessity for our time. It has been objected that we blabber secrets, which otherwise only few would know. For example, in Blavatsky's books titled Isis Unveiled and titled The Secret Doctrine. However, other people consider it entirely appropriate for these things to be shared in this age. There are occultists who say that it is damaging to share this knowledge. Thus we see two sides, concerning which one says it is destructive, a disaster to share occult knowledge, while the other says that it is necessary to tell the world about these things. The astral plane does not always stay the same. It undergoes small changes. They are not great. Nevertheless, they are clearly perceptible. The familiar scenery of the astral plane was different in the age of Atlantis from what it is today. It changes from year to year. Certain changes in the astral world lead one to see that it is necessary to impart some occult knowledge to human beings today. Indeed, it is necessary to impart this knowledge to the public and in a popular form, and not merely to individual initiates. This has to do with the deepest occult knowledge, and always only a portion of it can be imparted. In the 19th century, very special signs appeared in the astral world, signs that make it absolutely certain that the great secret that must be expressed to our race displays a different character than earlier secrets. Every race is given one of the 7 great secrets. 4 of these secrets have already been delivered. The 4th was delivered to the 4th root race. The 5th secret is the one into which we are growing. The 6th and 7th will be delivered in the 6th and 7th root races. Not all people of a root race are initiated into such secrets. The fundamental secret was, until now, always the possession of adepts. They were the leaders of the race in question through the possession of the secret. Until now, that has been the case in the 5th race. In the September issue of titled Lucifer, you will find more about this. Only at the end of the 5th root race will a larger number of people become aware of this and understand it. In the earlier root races, it was the case that only a few received these secrets. During our root race, the ability to understand, the intellect, has been developed. But the deepest depths are closed off to the understanding. Nevertheless, some of the external aspects of these secrets can be guessed using the intellect. Before 1875, nothing of these things was known, or no attention was paid to them. The secret of the 5th root race can now be conveyed from intellect to intellect with the use of speculation. What kinds of signs are present in the astral world I cannot explain. Some things, as a matter of fact, have been guessed by personalities who are far removed from any occult stream. It lies in the nature of human abilities within the 5th race that there will soon be many people who can guess some of these things. There are occultists who say that guessing the secrets would be something very dangerous. It is disadvantageous not only for the individual involved, but also for all humanity. It is dangerous because imparting these secrets of the 5th root race could split the population into a few very good people and many other radically immoral people. This is to begin with a paradoxical and daring assertion. But these occultists really believe that we cannot impart the central secret of the fifth root race. For if someone were to impart this secret, he or she would be exposed to the power of the others and would lose the ability to exercise a beneficial effect upon humanity. Besides, it would be useless to impart the secret, because it would lead only to destructive effects. Therefore, there would be no initiates who would impart this secret. And there are no means to extract this secret from an initiated human being. Even torture would be useless, because the initiate involved would become insane or die in agony. Through theosophy, humanity is to be prepared so that when the secret is partially revealed, the deleterious effects will be paralyzed. The fundamental difference between the secret of the fifth root race and the secrets of earlier root races is that the secret of our fifth root race can be partially guessed by means of the human intellect. Earlier secrets were firmly in the hands of adepts who led humanity. But in our time, there can be people who, in a certain regard, outgrow the adepts. For this reason, there must be some people who are prepared when the secret approaches them from the outside. The time will come when individuals will come forward with part of the truth that they have guessed. But without preparation through theosophy, that would be terrible and have a devastating effect on people. It could then happen that a few good people remain present while the larger mass of people would be lost for the good. The basic teachings of theosophy are the precondition necessary for these truths to be handed over to people. Without this, humanity would be divided into three parts. First, the unthinking masses. Second, the destructive intellectual people with the guessed secret. Third, the occultists. People would conduct a life and death battle against one another. However, those who have guessed the secret do not understand why the secret should not be spoken. The Theosophical Society strives to prevent the creation of this tripartition in humanity. It wants to create the kernel of a universal brother-sisterhood. One could object that a universal brother-sisterhood of humanity can never exist. We respond to that, quote, "What you say is indeed correct, but we know the basics of theosophy and know that such a kernel will protect humanity," close quote. This is a kind of prophecy that is, however, based on an objective perception in the astral world. The secret of our root race is then such that it can be guessed to a certain extent. For this reason, people must be prepared for the moment of this guessing. People must learn to support one another. They must work together. It would be very destructive if all the thoughts of human beings were directed toward the immediate present time. If thoughts were directed toward the time bound only and not toward the eternal. We know of a yet deeper reason than the laws of the astral world that force us to invest our strength for the theosophical movement. We know where humanity is headed. The end of Lecture 16.2.